You know that knock that makes your skin crawl? The one you expect from a neighbor needing sugar or chatting about your fishing plans? This wasn't that. It was sharp, almost military. I peeked through the window and saw a tall guy in a navy. Blue shirt, crooked plastic badge, walkie-talkie hanging like a toy, and an empty holster. But it wasn't the costume that rattled me. It was the way he stood, like he owned the ground. "Open up," he barked, pounding hard. "HOA enforcement, you're in violation." Out here? My cabin on 40 acres of backwoods. No lights. No neighbors, just me, my dog Max, and trees. I didn't open right away. Quietly unlocked my gun safe. Didn't draw yet. I've seen enough to know when not to escalate. I cracked the door. "Can I help you?" I asked. "Identify yourself," the guy demanded, fiddling with that fake badge. "Building illegal structures on HOA property. Vacate immediately." I stepped outside, calm as stone, my real badge shining. Commander Jack Brennan, State Police. His face drained white. Eyes flicked from my badge to my sidearm. Max growled deep. His fingers twitched near his radio. "Stay right there," I said, using a voice I hadn't needed in years, the kind that stops grown men cold. But he bolted, ran into the woods, and just like that, things went from weird to full-blown insane. Who was this clown? Who sent him? And how many more were out there? Let me rewind. 4 months ago, I'd just retired. Moved out here after my wife Lisa passed from cancer 3 years back. The city was nothing but memories. I needed quiet. Halverson Ridge gave me that. Birdsong, coyotes, and good people. Bill, a Vietnam vet, ran the bait shop and introduced me to Marcia, the sharp-tongued general store queen with the best peach cobbler for miles. I started fixing up the cabin, built a simple shed. Next morning, red ink note on my gate, cease construction. Or face consequences. No name? No signature? I laughed. There's no HOA out here. Bill didn't. "You're not the first," he said. Turns out, 20 minutes down the road, some wealthy newcomers built a gated community with fountains, guards, and rules they think apply to the whole damn county. I ignored it, until yellow tape showed up on my shed. "Do not enter." Then the power went out. Someone forged a disconnect order using my signature. I called my old academy buddy, Sheriff Harland. He came by, took photos, said he'd dig around. That night, I sat in the dark, shotgun across my lap, Max at my feet. I knew. It was just beginning. After chasing that fake cop, I found tire tracks leading to an old logging road and a blinking red light pointed at my window, a hidden camera. They weren't just harassing, they were watching. Max barked like hell. Another shadow slipped past, the trees. This wasn't just harassment, it was a siege. I ripped down the camera, the SD card was loaded with gold. Harlan showed up, silent as ever, and we watched a hoodie-wearing guy set the camera up. Harlan sighed, said there'd been 4 other cases like mine, neighbors being bullied by these HOA wannabes from Briar Hills. Walter Pierce, a slick developer from Chicago, had built his own kingdom with fake patrols to intimidate anyone nearby. "Don't go charging in," Harlan warned, but I did. Next morning I drove to Briar Hills. Their security was some guy in a vest lounging in a lawn chair. I said, "I need to see Walter Pierce." He radioed someone, then waved me through. Like I was a damn VIP. The place was all fake perfection. Plastic flags, flawless lawns, sterile and soulless. Walter opened the mansion door himself. Slick hair, lawyer smile. "Well, if it isn't the sheriff's friend." I got right to it. "Someone sent a fake cop to my property. That's a felony. If it was you, this ends badly." Grinned. "A misunderstanding. We take security seriously. Sometimes boundaries get ignored." "I'm not in your HOA, you're out of line," I said. He smirked. "Your shed's within 200 yards of our perimeter. County zoning laws." "Cut the crap," I snapped. "My shed's legal, survey approved." "You don't get to make up laws." He stepped closer, voice low. "You may be state police, but here I have more power than you think." I met his stare. "Let's test that." He slammed the door. I knew this wasn't over. Back home, Max growled again. Another shadow near the trees. We weren't alone, and they weren't done. That night I installed floodlights, trail cams, and a silent alarm. Max slept inside for the first time in years. At 2:17 a.m., the alarm screamed, 3 figures creeping around the perimeter. I hit the porch light and shouted, "Hands where? I can see them!" 1 ran, 2 froze, then 1 charged with a wrench. I fired a warning shot. They scattered. This wasn't a prank, it was sabotage, maybe worse. Morning came with a black SUV idling at the edge of my property. Max growled. Low, I clipped my badge, approached. Out stepped a suit, clean-cut, calm, carried himself like he mattered. "I represent parties concerned about unauthorized development," he said. I laughed. "New title every day, HOA patrol, environmental compliance, whatever." He smiled. "Steady. You're making a lot of noise for a man who wanted to be left alone." I stepped closer. "And you're trespassing on state police land." Smile gone. I showed him footage of the break-ins, the sabotage, the generator damage. He handed me a card. Ethan Blake, property consultant for Pierce Development Group. I dropped it at his feet. "Tell Walter he's got 48 hours to back off or I go to the DA and the press." He nodded, drove off. Harlan called 10 minutes later. Those guys were pros. Gloves, no prints, wire cutters. Walter was running it all through shell companies. I stopped playing defense, hit the courthouse, dug through land records. Walter forged HOA boundaries, submitted fake claims stretching miles past his development. Land grab in plain sight. Marcia told me families were pressured, lawsuits buried, and the Whiters, neighbors who stood their ground, showed me threats, fake notices. Walter played dirty. I called a cyber specialist I trusted. Next morning, the alarm tripped again. I caught a guy digging behind my shed. Buried. Cash bundles, flash drives, surveillance photos. Max barked. The guy ran. I caught him. Same fake cop as before, bleeding, panicked, whispering about being buried next. He said it's bigger than Pierce. A front for money laundering, intimidation, fake patrols driving people off their land. Inside the box, a list of names. Sheriff, Marcia, Whiters, all marked remove. I called for backup. His name was Travis Lenning. He got booked. Conspiracy, trespassing, fraud. The flash drive revealed something bigger. Blueprints to take over the county, rig elections, bribe officials, rewrite zoning maps. This wasn't just crime. It was corporate land colonization. That night, my shed exploded. Bunker gone, generator fried. It was war now. Marcia called shaken, mentioned Carl Dobson, ex-zoning officer who'd sold permits to Pierce. I went to the Whiters for support. Then, just after dark, a knock on the window. It was Ethan Blake, soaked, shaking. He admitted he planted the IE. Box said he wanted out. Wanted to expose Walter's deals with foreign investors and land fraud. Before I could speak, a sniper's shot rang out. Ethan collapsed. Carl and I dove for cover. I called Harland. Backup came fast. We secured the area. Inside Ethan's coat, another flash drive and a note. "If I don't make it, it's all here." Emails, recordings, and a video of Walter threatening Jacob Parker, the missing landowner from Lakemont Ridge. That led us to Judge Henry Barrett, an old family friend, who greeted me later in a hidden bunker, gun to my chest. He was the gatekeeper. Before he pulled the trigger, I lit a flare, fought him off. Screens came to life. Behind it all was Leonard Voss, thought dead, a former intelligence contractor with deep pockets and darker ties. Just then, tactical police stormed in. Barrett arrested. Walter caught at the airport, cash and passports in hand. Voss vanished, but his network unraveled. Dozens arrested. I rebuilt the cabin. Max healed. I thought it was over, until an envelope arrived. No return address. Inside, a photo of Max taken from above. Proof we were still being watched. I contacted Tara Nichols from Homeland Security. Facial recognition confirmed it. Voss was alive, hiding in Montana. We launched a raid. Gunfire. Chaos. Max lunged. I tackled Voss. He was arrested. The empire collapsed. Judges, contractors, officials, indicted. Finally, peace. Max slept soundly, but I knew the truth. The HOA was just the surface. They're still out there, watching, and I'm ready. So what do you think? Who's really pulling the strings? Drop your stories. Fake authority is real. Justice lives in the shadows. Sometimes, you just need to shine a light.